Same idea here. We've got two fractions. We want to add them. We don't have a common denominator. What's missing for part A? With a 6 and an 8, what would I need to multiply by to get a common denominator?
8 by 6.
You could multiply by 8 and 6. That wouldn't be wrong. That would get 48 on the bottom, and that would be a common denominator. But it's not the lowest one. If you multiply the 8 by 3 and the 6 by 4, that'll be better. Anything else missing on any of those if we did that? We need an x over here, yes. Okay? Now, here we have a binomial. That's like in brackets there. And this x minus 7, put that in brackets. So when we multiply the top by 4, it's going to multiply the 4 by the x and the minus 7. On the other side, when we multiply the top by 3x, it's going to multiply the x and the 5. So our common denominator for A is going to be 24x squared on both of those. On the top, though, we're going to distribute. So 3x times x will give me 3x squared. 3x times 5 will give me 15x. And over here, 4 times x will give me 4x. And 4 times minus 7 will be minus 28. Now I have a common denominator. And when I add the tops together, I do have some like terms as well. So that's part of simplifying. Can you see that the 15x plus 4x will make 19x minus 28 or 24x squared? Maybe we can factor it. That's a possibility. Okay. Something, though, you can do the 24 and the 3? Careful. That's what we're talking about. Right now, there's adding and subtracting. This whole thing gets grouped together. Oh, but that 24 and the 3 would be so tempting to cancel out.
They're probably yelling at each other right now. 3, cancel me out.
Yeah, I know. They should really change. They should change this unit from, the name of this unit is Rational Expressions and Equations. It should just be called Temptations. What are you learning right now in math? Temptations. So we look at the top. Is there a common factor? No. If I could factor this, I would get two binomials. And that won't help me simplify anything anyways. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to be done. This is the final answer. Part B. Looking at part B. Again, same idea as before. Part B, we need a common denominator. Look at your numbers. 3 and 5. You need 15. So this one needs to be multiplied by 5 and 5. This one by 3 and 3.
5C.
And this one needs a C. And the other one's fine.
You do that every time, just multiply one by the other.
You can, but you see on the last one we didn't do that because there's a smaller one.
But would it work every time? Because like
Yes.
the last one, it was just like half.
Yes, if you would have done the last one and got 48, then the top would have had a common factor of 2. You'd have to factor that out and still simplify. So if you get the smallest one right at the beginning, it makes your life a little easier.
But if we don't, then we can finally cancel.
That's true. You can make the fun sounds for canceling. Now this is grouped together. This is grouped together. And this one in particular is going to be harder because of the subtract sign. Okay? Don't try to do too much at once. Just like last question, first multiply through the tops just like I did here and get our common denominator. Our common denominator this time is going to be 15c squared d, 15c squared d. We have a minus sign in between. When I multiply the 5c through, I'm going to get 15c squared minus 10c. And on the other side, I'm going to get 3c plus 24. Should I do the mistake that most of you are going to do on the quiz and I'm going to get mad at you for, and then see if you can see it? You want to see if you can see the mistake that you're going to make? Okay? No. Got a common denominator. I'm going to make a mistake, so don't write this down yet. Okay? I have common. These are common, right? So I can put those together. We got a 15c squared minus 10 minus 3 be minus 13c plus 24. Nothing to factor. I'm done. Ooh, so where's my mistake? The 24 should be negative. There's the mistake. We'll correct it, we'll put it in green, because what is happening? This is what you write down. What's happening with this subtract sign is you have to think of this being grouped together. And you're subtracting this whole fraction. That means you're subtracting the 3c, and you're also subtracting the 24. But you're going to all forget to subtract that 24. But now that I've told you, maybe you're not. Maybe only 50% of you are going to make that mistake on the quiz. The negative sign gets distributed. So that's a hard part to remember with the subtracting ones. The adding ones, you don't have to worry about that. But the subtracting ones, you will. And that makes this the hardest question we've done so far in this unit, because you have to remember that. I'm just going to write 6, 7, and 8 in regular pen so it doesn't crash the whole program.
Watch out for that fancy marker.
I know.